If you're a sci-fi anime fan, you need to watch this video. Chances are you've already seen some acclaimed sci-fi anime like Cowboy Bebop, Steins, and Code Geass, but we bet you've missed out on some truly underrated gems. That's why in this video, we're going to be introducing 15 underrated anime that were way ahead of their time, but unfortunately were overlooked. In this list, you'll find series and movies with captivating visuals, complex storytelling, and intricate world building. It's going to be a good one, so let's get into it. Gene Shaft, 2001. Let's kick this list off right with Gene Shaft. Directed by Kazuki Akane and produced by Bandai Visual, this is a 13-episode anime based on the 2-volume manga Luna Shaft. Gene Shaft takes place in the 23rd century, where genetic engineering becomes a dominant science which defines human society. What's really interesting about this society is that it's controlled by a totalitarian government, and we're not just talking about taxes and laws, but the control of human reproduction. The government controls all artificial births because children are born in labs and their DNA is genetically altered according to the function they're supposed to serve in society. People have a lifespan of 45 years so they can work all through their lives, and society doesn't have to take the burden of old age. In this world, feelings of strong emotional attachment are actively discouraged. Traditional family structures are dismantled and emotions like love and lust are eliminated. The ratio of men to women is 1 to 9, and if you think that makes it a matrilineal society, you'd be wrong. Men hold leadership positions while women are in charge of lesser positions. Here, people are rated according to the quality of the DNA they possess. The story begins 5 years after a massive ring-shaped structure appears near Earth. A team of female astronauts is sent to investigate its nature, but before they make contact, the structure releases an energy blast which obliterates the space station and a large portion of the surface of the Earth. In response, a group of men and women with specific genetic traits are sent to investigate. The protagonist, Mika Seto, who has a white genotype, is considered inferior. She never developed a color, unlike others, and is therefore considered a genetic failure. This color is what enhances their genes and determines their quality. She's part of the 5-woman team that's sent to investigate the ring structure that's sent by an alien race to spy on them. We found Gene Shaft to be an intriguing anime with a lot of intelligent themes to uncover, requiring a lot of patience and attention to appreciate it. We don't think 23 episodes did it justice, though. It needed more time to truly make an impact. Freedom Project, 2006. Next up on the list, we have Freedom, a 7-part OVA series which was part of a promotional project by Nissin Cup Noodles called Freedom. Directed by Shuhei Morita and written by Dan Sato, Katsuhiko Chiba, and Yuichi Nomura, and animated by Sunrise, the story takes place in the future in the year 2267. An abnormal event destroyed the Earth's environment, forcing people to settle in cities that they built on the moon. They established the Lunar Republic of Eden, which strives to fully colonize the moon. The main protagonist of this anime is Takaru, a 15-year-old kid. Just like any other kid, he takes part in a race with his friends, but ends up causing an accident on a public road. So, as punishment, he's sentenced to 10 hours of volunteer work. During this time, he discovers a crashed capsule with photographs and articles sent from Earth, including the photograph of a woman whom he gets infatuated with. This garners Takaru's attention, and he tries to research more about Earth's conditions, but finds that most of the information is heavily censored on his home planet. He sets out to unravel the truth that the authorities of Eden wish to suppress. We thought Freedom was a pretty fun watch with some really amazing visuals, especially if you're a fan of Akira, because our Takaru is actually the leader of a bike racing gang. Since this is part of a promotional project by Nissin Cup Noodles, you can expect a lot of product placement, so all the characters are constantly eating cup noodles. I mean, that can't be too healthy, can it? Armitage 3, 1995. Armitage 3 is a 4-episode cyberpunk OVA released in 1995, directed by Hiroyuki Ichi and written by Chiake J. Konaka, based on the manga of the same name. It's set in the year 2046 when Earth became so overpopulated that people began to colonize Mars. The central character of this anime is Naomi Armitage, a highly advanced Class 3 android who's joined by Ross Syllabus, a middle-aged policeman with a cybernetic leg, to investigate the illegal manufacturing of Class 3 androids. Amidst it all, a romantic arc develops between Armitage and Syllabus. What we really loved in this show was Armitage's character. She's not just a kick-ass fighter, but also endearing and confident. If you enjoy cyberpunk sci-fi, then Armitage 3 should definitely be on your list. Infinite Rivius, 1999. Next up, we have Infinite Rivius, a 26-episode anime, directed by Goro Taniguchi, written by Yosuke Kuroda, and produced by Sunrise. This anime is based on a 2-volume manga series. Set in the year 2225 AD, we see that mankind not only exists on Earth, but is expanded to inhabit all nearby planets and moons. So naturally, becoming an astronaut is a common career. Our protagonists are Kuji Aiba, a 16-year-old boy, and his friend Aoi Hausen, who are astronauts in training. During what should have been a routine training dive, the space station is sabotaged. Gravitational pressure overwhelms the structure, crushing it and killing nearly everybody aboard. The trainers sacrifice their lives to save the students. They are rescued when a hidden vessel called Rivius emerges. Now, they must make the journey back to their home amid a growing sense of tension among the teenagers coping with fear and loss of leadership. The themes are quite similar to those of Lord of the Flies, with the teenagers set loose without any adult supervision. If you want to watch a sci-fi with underlying psychological tension, then Infinite Rivius is your best bet. Kaiba, 2008. Kaiba is an anime produced by Madhouse, directed and written by Masaaki Yuasa. It's 12 episodes long, and this one won the Excellence Award at the 12th Japan Media Arts Festival. The award was absolutely deserved due to the complex storytelling and captivating visuals. In this universe, memories can be stored in memory chips, so even if you die, you can upload your memories onto a chip and transfer them to someone else's body. Bodies and memories are both sold and bought in this world, hence crime is high. Society is divided into two classes, the wealthy and the poor. The wealthy live in the skies and they trade bodies and memories for enjoyment and longevity. The poor live below the clouds, which is a dangerous world where they have almost no money, so they're stuck with bodies that are sick and damaged. The protagonist of this anime is Kaiba, who has no memories but does have a hole in his chest, a triangular mark on his stomach, and a locket with a picture of an unknown girl. He wakes up in a derelict room and is attacked, but an unknown ally comes to help him and helps him escape. While traveling, he slowly regains his memories. The woman pictured in Kaiba's locket, Neiro, struggles with her own past. This anime is truly a work of art, a masterpiece even. It serves as a commentary on social inequality, and we remember tearing up while watching it. A core theme of this anime is identity, and it makes you question who you are if you separate the body and the mind. Even after almost 18 years, it remains shockingly relevant. We believe this one's a timeless anime that should absolutely be on your watch list. Time of E, 2008. Next up, we have Time of E, a 6-episode ONA anime series produced by Studio Rika and Directions Inc., written and directed by Yasuhiro Yoshiura. It's set in the future where humans use androids as tools. Rikuo, our protagonist, also believes robots to be mere appliances, but one day he notices Sammy, his android, behaving strangely. She seems to have a mind of her own and comes and goes from the house of her own free will. When he checks her activity log, he finds a strange phrase, "Are you enjoying the time of E?" So Rikuo follows her, along with his friend Masakazu, to an unusual cafe called the Time of E. The speciality of this cafe is that it doesn't discriminate between humans and androids. In this universe, androids usually wear a digital ring above their heads, but they hide this status ring while in the cafe. Rikuo visits the cafe and holds conversations with some of the regulars. These conversations often allude to Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. If you're looking for a sci-fi anime that's gentle and akin to a slice-of-life anime, then you have to watch Time of E. It's deeply philosophical, constantly asking at what point does an android stop being a thing and start being human. At its core, it's an anime built on quiet conversations that question the nature of humanity. We found this to be a beautiful and well-paced anime with a poignant storyline. Pale Cuckoo, 2006. In a future where ecological disaster has damaged the Earth's surface, humans start living in an underground colony with no seas or sky. We're talking about the film Pale Cocoon, written and directed by Yasuhiro Yoshiura and produced by Tom Nage. This is a short film with a runtime of only 23 minutes. Ever since humans moved underground, their recorded history has long been forgotten. Our protagonist, Ura, works in the archive excavation department and works to restore that history. Most workers have already quit the department because they realized that the lost history would only bring them sadness and pain because the lost world seems like an unreachable utopia. As a result, Ura is one of very few remaining members. Some of his co-workers also plan on leaving. This is when Ura uncovers a video that changes the way he sees the world. This is not a comforting anime. In fact, it makes you feel uncomfortable and claustrophobic with its gray and dismal visuals, and it makes you yearn for freedom just as the characters do. Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko, 1998. If you're in the mood to watch something simple with amazing hand-drawn art-style visuals, then you should watch Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko. Directed by Takashi Anno and written by Hitoshi Ashinano, this is a 2-episode anime based on a manga of the same name. The series revolves around Alpha Hatsusenso, an android who runs a coffee shop. This is also set in the future, where an ecological disaster has led to the decline of mankind. It's a sci-fi slice-of-life anime where Alpha spends her days brewing coffee, taking photographs, and repairing model aircraft engines. It has little to no dialogue. This anime really shows the wonder of everyday life and is rooted in the Japanese philosophy of mono no aware, which leads viewers to feel sadness for the transience of things. For us, this was a comforting and laid-back anime. It serves as a break from the hectic, modern life we're all living. The Third, The Girl with the Blue Eye, 2006. Next up on the list, we have The Third, The Girl with the Blue Eye, directed by Jun Kamiya, written by Shinsuke Onishi, and based on a light novel series that was also turned into a manga. With 24 episodes, this anime follows a group of mutants called The Third, born with a third eye, who oversee humanity and restrict their usage of technology after an apocalyptic war killed around 80% of the population. The protagonist, Honoka, is also born with a third eye, but it's blue instead of red. As a result, she's rejected by the Third, but her third eye grants her the ability to see chi, and she uses that to find hidden enemies, as well as sense the emotions of all living things. Honoka comes across a blonde-haired man and is scared he might try to harm humans, but they end up making a contract, and she accompanies him as they travel together. We thought this would be a typical shonen anime, but it dealt with some pretty heavy topics, such as depression, loneliness, and abandonment. ID0, 2017. If you think it would be cool to live as a robot, then welcome to the world of ID0. Directed by Goro Taniguchi, produced by Sanzigen, and written by Yosuke Kuroda, this is a 12-episode anime set in a world where humans have figured out how to transfer their consciousness into eye machines, robots that can operate in space. The protagonist, Maya Mikuri, is a student who, while operating her eye machine, ends up joining the Excavate Company, a crew of mining pirates who illegally mine a mineral called Orichalt, which is used for interstellar travel. Together, they realize that there are dangerous forces concerning Orichalt, which the government is hiding. The production, world building, and character development are all excellent, and the pacing is great, but what we really like about this show is the characters' chemistry with each other. Mardok Scramble, 2010. If you're looking for darker and more mature themes, you have to watch Mardok Scramble. It's an anime film trilogy directed by Susumu Kudo and written by To Ubukata, which was adapted from a novel series. It also got a manga adaptation. The plot revolves around a girl named Rune Balot, who is a former teen prostitute turned vigilante in the futuristic city of Mardok. She was taken in by Shell Sections, who tried to kill her in an explosion. She was saved by Dr. Easter, who transformed her into a cyborg, and now she wants to stop Shell and his allies. She and her AI mouse are now constantly hunted by Shell, who wants to stop her from testifying against him. If you're a fan of Ghost in the Shell, then you'll definitely enjoy this. The visuals are hauntingly beautiful, but just beware, this show is very graphic and may not be for everyone. Genocidal Organ, 2017. Next up, we have Genocidal Organ, directed by Shuko Murase and written by Satoshi Ito and Shuko Murase. It's a film that gives us a glimpse of a world constantly threatened with genocide. When the capital city of Bosnia, Sarajevo, is destroyed by nuclear weapons, most of the developed countries of the world turn into surveillance states where every individual is constantly monitored by the government. All the evidence for the genocide points to an American man named John Paul, and as a result, Clavis Shepard, along with his team of super soldiers, sets out to find and eliminate John Paul. This film has absolutely beautiful animation, and what we loved the most was that all the characters in the movie were extremely complex, making it an intriguing watch. Flag, 2006. If you're looking for a documentary-style anime, then Flag fits the bill. This 13-episode anime was directed by Ryosuke Takahashi and written by Toro Nizami. The protagonist, Seiko Shirasu, is a 25-year-old war photojournalist who rose to global fame after capturing a powerful image where civilians are seen raising a makeshift UN flag in a war-torn region of Uriana. That single photograph became an international symbol of peace and hope, but just as a peace agreement is about to be achieved, the flag is stolen by an extremist group to sabotage the truce. In response, the UN forms an elite covert unit known as SDC, or the Special Development Command, to retrieve the flag. Seiko is also asked to join the mission since she took the iconic photo. We found this series to be brilliant and underrated, especially the visuals, which are shot like camera footage, making it unique. What's interesting is that the plot doesn't revolve around Seiko, since she's the journalist of the group and her job is to capture moments. No One to Your Other Self, 2005. No One to Your Other Self is the 14th anime on our list. Directed by Kazuki Akane and produced by Statelight, this series had 24 episodes. It's set 15 years in the future, where a dimensional war breaks out between two dominant time spaces of the universe. A mysterious object, Dragon Torque, is the key to stopping this war and saving reality, so a military force called Dragon Cavalry is sent to find it. Haruka, our 12-year-old protagonist, and her friend, Yu Goto, encounter Karasu, a Dragon Cavalry member who may be Yu Goto from the future. Karasu vows to protect Haruka, even though the cavalry suspects that she might be the Dragon Torque. Apart from being a sci-fi anime, this is also a coming-of-age story, and it has a really great story with some great plot twists as well. There are alternate realities, so we get to see the older version of the kids too, and we got to admit, everything about this series is a work of genius. Kurao, Phantom Memory, 2004. Finally, we've reached the end of our list with our 15th and final anime, Kurao, Phantom Memory. Based on a 2-volume light novel written by Hiroshi Tominaga, this also got its own manga adaptation. This 24-episode anime was directed by Yasuhiro Iri, written by Aya Yoshinaga, and produced by Bones and Media Factory. The central protagonist is Kura, the daughter of Dr. Amami, who is a scientist researching a form of alternative energy called Rhinax energy. Kura accompanies her father to his lab on her 12th birthday, only to be struck by a bolt of energy. It's finally revealed that her body has been taken over by two Rhinax, who actually happen to be sentient lifeforms. One Rhinax is too weak to awaken, and the other gives Kurao superhuman abilities. This makes her an interesting test subject for scientists. 10 years later, the other Rhinax awakens as a 12-year-old girl, and Kurao names her Christmas. She's later employed as an agent who takes on jobs that are too dangerous for the police. What we loved about this series is the relationship between Kurao and Christmas. They're like sisters who are not only protective of each other, but are also each other's companions. This is an underrated masterpiece that might make you believe in humanity and love. There you have it, folks. That wraps up our list of 15 underrated sci-fi anime to watch. These shows aren't just about tech and action, because each of these stories has a soul. They explore themes like identity, melancholy, love, and humanity. Let us know in the comments which of these you've already seen and which you're planning to watch. In the meantime, thanks for sticking with us to the end of this one, and we'll see you really soon in our next marvelous anime video.